My name is Carmela May Kainoa Kaikualani Takarchiski Kosciuszko. I'm from Hawaii, Ka'ava, Hawaii. I've lived in North Carolina, California, Michigan. Briefly, I was told like Louisiana when I was a little itty bitty kid, but I don't really remember that too much. Arizona. I think those are all of the major ones. Home to me, like geographically, home is Hawaii. Non-geographically, home is anywhere close to my children where it's easier on them. I can make home anywhere it needs to be. But home, like where my heart is, where I feel comfortable, where I can be me, where I love everything, is Hawaii. Alabama has been the roughest on me. And my kids, both of us. It's hard here if you're not from here, born here, raised here. It's different. It definitely is like a whole nother world in the deep, deep South. You know, you read about stuff and I don't think anything really prepares you for the history that is the deep South. You could take all the tests and exams and have discussions with, you know, intellectual people about everything that occurred here, but when you're actually here and you're in it, it's still very much every day. It's not the past here. It's still very much the present. No matter how much everyone tries to make it in the past, it's still very much in your face on a day-to-day basis. And I don't think you get that until you live here. And when you do live here, you really, really get it. You know, we've never had to deal with my kids being discriminated against and being called names because, you know, they're a little bit more brown than most of their friends, or because their hair is a little bit different. Like, those aren't things you think about. And if you're any place else in the world, it's stuff you read about in history books. That the civil rights movement happened, but we're done with that, and we've moved past all that, and it's over. But it's really not over here. And it's really not over in a lot of places. But here, I think it's just more, because it's so ingrained generationally, it's harder to move forward. I would never label myself a race. I guess if I have to label it, I'm Hapa. I'm what we refer to as Hapa, which means half and half, or mixed, because I am. I'm half and half. I'm Hapa. My mom is darker than some black people. My dad is as white, like glow-in-the-dark fluorescent, as a, you know, an Eastern European man could be. It's not just pimps and hoes and rims, it's legitimate music. And he has a purpose. Not just to make beats, but to inspire people. That's why I like Modest Yahoo. And it makes me happy. I had a Modest Yahoo sweatshirt on. Went to the grocery store, and the Salvation Army lady ringing her bell for Christmas donations was like, "Hey Jew, are you offended?" Because I had a sweatshirt on that had the Star of David on it. That automatically qualified me as a Jew. I mean, my daughter was talking about Rosh Hashanah in her class at a private Christian school, and talking about Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and a little girl in her class. Then the discussion then went to how my father was born at Auschwitz. The discussion then goes and keeps going, and then a little girl says, "Oh, so you're half kike and half N-word." Like, that was said in a third grade class. That's not acceptable. And third graders don't learn that kind of stuff. The word kike is not in anybody's everyday vocabulary. That's something that you're taught at home. And, you know, my daughter got in trouble because she stood up and beat the tar out of that girl. Okay, not the right way to handle that situation. You know, but then I ask, okay, did that girl get in any trouble? Well, no, because she's just voicing her opinion. I wouldn't say that I've adjusted at all. I would say that there are days where I seem like I have adjusted more than other days, and some days are harder for me here than other days, but this will never be home for me, ever. And I tried to do 30 days every day, name something you love about Alabama, and I got to like day 10 and all I could come up with was coleslaw. You know, everybody talks about that Southern hospitality, but maybe me being from Hawaii, I don't get that. I only see the Southern hospitality if you grew up here, you live here, and you've known everybody your entire life. So I will say, I think there's something to to be learned from this area in the nation as far as respecting your elders, respecting people, which is very contradictory to the whole civil rights movement, this whole idea of respect. But younger children and their elders, and, just a way to act proper. Even if you don't truly deep down inside believe what you're doing, the South can definitely teach you how to act proper in any situation. I love and hate Southern food. I love it because it tastes delicious. I hate it because I've gained like 60 pounds since I've lived here, because everything is fried and battered and delicious. But I do love the way that I feel they do take care of each other. Like, granted, the good old boy network is a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. And the fact that if you are in the circle and you do know people, they will take care of you. So, yeah, I would say that. I hate the hatred and the bigotry of it all. This, like, judgment of, you're not like me and I didn't grow up with you, so whatever you do is wrong. It's this ignorance that is just like so closed off and not open to anything new, whether it's religion, race, ideas, politics. It's so, well, I don't know why I think the way I think. I just think this way because my parents thought this way, my grandparents thought this way, my great-grandparents thought this way. There's very little thinking that is outside of the box here from what people's parents have taught them. You gotta keep an open mind, and you have to have a tough skin. You have to have tough skin and know who you are, or be the complete opposite and be so pliable that you can fit in, straighten your hair, put on a dress on a Saturday for a football game, and call it a day. You either have to be able to sacrifice who you are or stand completely strong in who you are and not be varied. There's no room for in between.
It started, he quit playing once he took his pills, and he went and did his bone marrow transplant.
I will be in touch with you for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to his
Bye, darling.
See ya.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Don't get too crazy.
Um,
I feel like we
maybe.
passed the point of crazy, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then